There are angry scenes in Haringey tonight as protesters stormed a council budget meeting. £87 million worth of savings have got to be made at the council over the next 3 years, resulting in 1,000 workers losing their jobs and 3/4 of youth services being cut. Aisha Baksh reports.
Another angry protest against cuts, this time in Haringey. Protesters piled into the public gallery as the meeting got underway. Soon, police moved in to control the crowd. We were stopped from filming, but protesters captured these images from inside the chamber. Earlier, I met Simeon and Arib. They fear cuts to youth services could bring more trouble for young people in the borough.
There were people who were former gang members who said who'd be calling these people who they would never want to be calling, full stop, but they called them up, talked to them, sat them down and said, look, you have to help us out. This is a serious thing. These youth workers have helped us over the years and they could help the future generations. And even they realised, OK, damn, this is a serious problem.
You have a disagreement in a youth centre, you have youth workers to intervene, you can discuss the issue, issues can be resolved. You have a disagreement in a park, on the street, and it can escalate. And I think that the closure of many youth centres and the closure of youth services that provide opportunities for young people, I think can have a devastating effect for Haringey and for London.
Elsewhere, in more affluent parts of the borough, youth activities are available if you can afford them. Rianne runs a football camp as a business, but recognises not everyone can do it.
It is the sort of thing that would only work in this kind of area. My gut feeling says that with time and money and stuff, that it's something that would be very difficult to get off the ground in Tottenham or in other areas.
The council says prioritising funding is difficult with such deep government cuts, and they must now devise new ways of delivering youth services locally.
We will still have what we call a universal youth service. We'll be working with schools and with the voluntary sector and with sports clubs and so on to make sure that there is still provision. But most importantly, we want to target those young people who are most at risk, young people who might end up getting involved in gangs and things like that.
But despite such reassurances, campaigners say they still plan to challenge the budget and its proposals. Well, while many of the placards say fight the cuts and bring down the Tories, this is a Labour-controlled council. Undoubtedly, inside the chamber, it's Labour councillors who will tonight be heckled by these protesters. Aisha Baksh, BBC London News.